So I'm here at a dock, some marina, and I had a conversation with some folks here that were kind of complaining about the price of the charters of the boats to go fishing. I'm gonna show you guys this so you can see it. We got some charters, some fishing charters out here, and they take people out, take them on fishing trips, and you catch some fish, you have a good time, maybe have a few cocktails. But people were complaining about the price of the charters and how expensive it has gotten compared to in the past. And I heard them, and I said, hey, what was the charter charging? And they were telling me about however many hundreds of dollars the charter was charging per hour to take them out fishing, and they just said it was a little too expensive. It was too expensive for their taste or for their budget, or maybe they weren't even really interested. They just kind of wanted to pry and poke and just ask and see how much it would cost. So, this is par for the course. Our economy, it's in shambles. The American people, although albeit probably here they're on vacation, but their budget is still tight. Money is still tight. Inflation is still hurting everybody, no matter really who you are. You have to. Inflation is there. The prices have gone up. Things cost more now than they ever did before. They cost more. And honestly, there's really no end in sight of when we're going to see some sort of leveling out of this inflation and maybe a possible deflation and some prices coming down. But from there, I asked them, I said, do you guys know what it takes to run these charters? Do you know what's driving their costs? Because just like you, they too have expenses. They too have budgets. And, even if their operational costs didn't increase, they still need to feed their families. They still need to pay their rent. They still need to pay their mortgage. They still need to pay their property taxes. And as these prices continue to go up, as their utility costs go up, electric, water, cable, internet, telephone, insurance, as all these costs continue to rise, they have to make adjustments in their business to be able to afford them, as inflation just keeps pounding down on everybody left and right. Nobody's safe. We actually got some crazy thunder going on. I don't have any lightning, but we got some thunder, some rumbles going on here. And we still got some people out here in the water enjoying themselves. The little floating little barge there. But I then left and went to talk to the charters, and I was like, hey guys, just kind of curious, what's going on? What are you guys seeing? What does your business look like? What kind of changes have you seen in your business, in the bookings, and your profits, all across the board? And ironically, they said it's like twofold. So they've had a fair amount of folks more interested in fishing charters locally than before, because they want to be able to go out and get their own food, their own fish, without any added chemicals or preservatives or anything markup, so to speak. They want to be in control. They want to take more control of their food and what they're feeding their families and what they're putting in their bodies. But additionally, he says, we are seeing a decline because prices are going up. They don't know if it's necessarily because their prices are higher, or it's because people have less to spend, or maybe it's a combination of the two. But they say, hey, look, fuel costs more, and trying to make sure that they have the crew, the mates, the staffing to not only run the charter and captain the ship and captain the vessel, the boat, the charter, but have a great first hand, a great first mate to assist with those fishing on the charter. They also have to have somebody on the dock answering the phones, or in the office answering the phones. They need to have somebody managing the appointments. They need to have somebody keeping up with the finances and the accounting and the bookkeeping. And they said that all their costs are increasing, and as inflation continues to hurt pretty much everybody that is a part of the business, as inflation continues to hurt them, it puts a strain on the business. So it's like, let's just say the business is comprised of 4 employees, and let's just say the captain owns the business, but the receptionist, the scheduler, is having a hard time because of inflation. then ultimately they go to the captain and say, hey, we love working for you, but we can't afford, you know, our expenses. We can't afford our bills because inflation is taking a toll on us, and, you know, higher taxes are taking a toll on us. You know, expensive food at the grocery stores are taking a toll on us. We need more money. Otherwise, we have to go work somewhere else. Well, then the captain is like, well, I need you guys in order to make sure I can book these trips and continue to do this. So I'll pay you more. But in order to pay you more, we have to profit more. So in order to profit more, we have to charge more. And then it's just like this never-ending cycle of increases in inflation that then take a toll on their business. Now, at the same time, they're not the only ones in this situation. So multiple charters and boats here on the marina, at the marina, on the docks, they have to go up too. And maybe some of them don't need to. Maybe some of them are in a little bit better financial position than others, but they see that the writing on the wall is that the prices are going up, so they raise their prices too to match the market. So then it just makes the whole fishing charter scene more expensive, and it makes it so that less people are interested in booking the charters because of the higher costs of the charters. And you know, it's just like a revolving door. It's never really open, it's never really closed, it just keeps spinning. And people, you know, maybe the problem now is less and less people are walking through this revolving door because of, I think I just saw lightning. I don't know, I think I just saw lightning. But less and less people are walking through this door. And unfortunately, if that's the case, then these fishing charters, they're going to possibly go out of business, possibly go bankrupt, possibly have some late payments and end up having their boats, their vessels, their ships repossessed, along with, you know, the automotive car market bubble pop. You know, maybe some of these guys out here ran into some trouble as far as repairs, or they had to buy a boat just to stay on the water, to stay making money, and they overpaid, and now the business is taking a sharp and drastic decline, and there could be a possibility of some repossessions and some delinquencies and some defaults on some of these big ships. Like this one right here. I mean, that guy right there, I don't know what year or anything like that, but I'd have to guess that thing is a pretty penny. It's you know, just, you know, it's not cheap to buy, not cheap to own, not cheap to maintain. And if the business can't support it, the employees let alone, and then you have these operational costs and these expenses, like these expensive boats here, almost kind of like dragging you down, like weighing you down, and, you know, basically sinking you in your business, holding your head underwater. And there's going to have to be a change, and it may be in the fact that the prices stay high for these charters, or it may be that we have less of them in the future, and they move on to other businesses, or they just completely go under and they have to file unemployment if they'll even qualify, because most of them are self-employed business owners. So it's a really dire situation and tragic to think about. But it was something that I had overheard while I was here, and I wanted to get a little bit more information, because they're saying that the gas prices have hit them, and you know, some of the costs to do business, the insurance costs have gone up. The insurance for the boats, the liability insurance, workers' comp insurance, general liability, umbrella protections, excess policies, they're all increasing. They're all driving up their costs. They're all driving up their overhead and operating expenses. And at the end of the day, that translates into how much they charge per charter. And then it kind of turns people away when they say, well, how much for a half a day? How much for a full day? When the customers are already kind of strapped as it is, trying to come down here on vacation, only to find out that these charters are 2, 3, maybe even 4 times more expensive than they once were in the past.